Hello, everyone. I know this is a little bit of a surprise. It's a last minute thing. And I know that we're still in November, but I got some gifts in the post in the last couple of days, things that I bought for myself to treat myself to the holidays. And I couldn't wait to share them because you all may want to add these to stockings you're stuffing for friends and family, particularly folks in the tarot community. So, anyway, we'll start. Hey, Ramon is here. Hello. So, I thought what I would do is just present you with a few things I've treated myself to for in readiness for the holidays. And these weren't all this year, but some of them were over the last couple days and even up to a few minutes ago. I want to recommend for anybody who wants to celebrate warm and cozy, these wonderful polar fleece throws. They usually go for anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks, something like that. And you can find them in all sorts of patterns. This is a nice sort of like snowy Christmassy one. And they're really cozy in the cold weather. So that could be a really nice gift for yourself or someone else. I also want to recommend, I just ordered these this week prior to Thanksgiving, and I don't know how, they probably won't last me till Christmas. I love these cookies from David's Cookies that you can get on Amazon. They come in a round tin and they also come in a square tin. And they have different kinds of cookies, but these particular ones I love. My family used to make these cookies called Russian tea cakes. And they were always a pain in the ass to make, but they were so delicious. And I've been looking for years to find somebody else that makes them. And this company does, although they don't call them that. They call them butter pecan meltaways. And they look like little snowballs. They're like covered with powdered sugar. I think another variation of these are, I think they're called Mexican wedding cakes. But these are buttery. These have pecans in them. My family when they did Russian tea cakes, they used walnuts, and I like walnuts better than pecans in these, but they're really good. They just kind of melt in your mouth. They're so delicious. But anyway, they're affordable. They're really nice. And so that's a happy holiday from David's Cookies. And you don't have to do any baking yourself. Then let's see, what else have we got? Well, I showed this deck of cards a few days ago. It is what do they call it? I think it's like children's illustrations or something from Garth Williams. He's like a favorite childhood children's illustrator. They're playing cards, but I've been using them as divination cards and reading them the way I would the minor arcana in tarot. They have a little sort of straw back, which is nothing special, but I love the illustrations on the front. They're really sweet and cozy. I love his fairy folk illustrations, but also you've got some sort of like log cabin-y or house in a tree kind of thing going on in some of the images. And they're really, really sweet. I just really love them. And so I've been using these a lot at my local cafe and thinking I would like some kind of home for them that's a little bit nicer than the generic tuck box that they came in. So I ordered online, again from Amazon, this little magnetic storage box. I'm going to show you in a second, as soon as I'm done showing you these images. I'm not going to show you the whole deck because I've already walked through it before. But I have some of these for tarot decks, and I saw that they also had them for playing card size decks, so I ordered one. And wait a minute, there's a couple of Santa images in here for the holidays, a couple of jokers. There you go. So that's a Garth Williams playing card deck. And then I got for it, which just arrived in the last half hour from Amazon, and this company called Luck Lab. And I don't know what this, I don't think it's leather. It's like faux leather. And it's embossed. And like I said, they have these also in tarot card size. The inside is kind of velvety, and they hold a deck of cards, and it's just, a magnetic seal. And I think it was about $14. And these just, for anybody that has playing card or bridge card size decks that they might want, that might make a nice stocking stuffer. Also, I was going to buy a stocking for a prop to be putting stuff in and pulling stuff out of. And I thought, I don't want to pay $10 or more for a stocking just to show on a short video, and I'm not going to have any use for after. But I made all these hats years ago, these sort of like elf hats. And I thought, this is sort of like a cornucopia. So this, instead of a stocking, this will be my cornucopia hat stuffer that you could put stuff in, So let's pretend I'm pulling stuff out of that. So to go along with, actually with the David's cookies, a tea I recommend, there's this company in Massachusetts, I think, called Simpson and Vale. And you can contact them and get a free mail order catalog. And you can buy stuff in little packets and boxes, but also tins. I think this is like a $12 tin or something. And it's, it holds quite a bit. It says 4 ounces. And this is my favorite tea. This is, it's black tea, but it's violet flavored black tea. So it actually has violet flowers in with the black tea, which is nothing special to look at here. You can't see, they don't look purple, but there are violet flowers in there. And it's so aromatic. I wish we had smell-o-vision so I could share with you the smell. If you've ever had violet candy, they have these little violet lozenges. I think Showards or C. Howard's or something makes them. Or if you've ever smelled sort of like Granny's perfume, that kind of violet smell, it smells like that and it tastes like that. It's really dreamy. So that's a particularly good tea, violet black tea, to go with the David's butter pecan melt-away cookies. Also, I like the idea of decoration and ornament around the holidays. I don't really do that anymore. It's too much trouble, but I still like to have things like little battery-powered candles. So I have things like this. It's just a battery candle. I didn't get it this year. This was actually a gift from a friend. It's got some sparkles in it. And it's just kind of nice, warm glow atmosphere to have around if you can find them. And then I also have a couple of years ago at CVS, they had these trees, and these are made of wax, but they're pretty sturdy, and they have, changing color lights within that are, it takes two AAA batteries, and they last for a pretty long time before you have to change the batteries. However, don't set them under any hot lamps because they come to a pack, and I don't know if you can still get them. Hopefully, I set this one under a gooseneck lamp, and the top melted into a puddle. And then I discovered, oh, that's just wax. It's not plastic. So I kind of remolded the tip, and it's okay now. But I have a backup, and I think I have a backup set of two more just in case. So these will last me a while. So that's my Christmas. Let's put up the tree. Done. All I need to do is put batteries in it and turn it on, and that's all the ornamentation that I really need. I also wanted to share with you my biggest excitement that I received today, and this is really new. I don't know how many walkthroughs there are online. This is the Pip Speak Tarot. I know I'm going to screw that up and call it the Pip Squeak Tarot. It's from Kitten Chops, who did the Playful Heart Tarot, which I never got around to getting before it went out of print. I believe now it's back in print again, but my understanding is that the card size is larger than normal, and I prefer smaller cards or regular size cards. So I'm not getting this, but I've been told that the third edition, and I don't know when that will be out, will be either normal size or smaller cards. So I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait for the third edition and get it. But this is the Pip Squeak. I'm going to show you all this, hopefully quickly. I want to welcome Alexandra, Lilac Tree, Sandra Molina. So it's the Pip Squeak see, I did it already. Pip Speak Tarot. And people that aren't into pips, it took me a while to get into them. I just actually sort of got reintroduced to them around Halloween because this Age of Witchery tarot came out that was sort of a pip-based tarot, and I fell in love with it. And then I had a couple other things come up, and now that I've, adopted my own method for reading pips, I'm enjoying them again. And this is a pip deck, and this is a perfect stocking stuffer deck. It's so perfect for Christmas because when I think of the holidays, I think of color, ornamentation, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of twinkle, magic, and that's what this deck is. It's like the prettiest pip deck I have seen maybe since the Tarot des Ozarks. And that one has sort of stark white backgrounds on some of the cards, whereas this doesn't. So I'm going to show you this beautiful box and a little bit different kind of a design for a box. It's got a little ribbon on top, and you draw a little drawer out of the top that holds the cards. So this is great. Here's bonjour. And this has gilding, gilded accents. They're not the typical kind that we usually see. It also has gilt edges, and I'm not usually big on those. But, let me show you first the inside of the box. Isn't that pretty? Hello. I guess there's even stuff in there. So this has gilt edges, and they're like, it's sparkly. It's a matte gilding, and I don't know, it's not going to show probably, but there's kind of sparkle on there. It's subtle, but I like it. When I look at it, it's not that shiny gilding, but it's really pretty. Yeah, it's not showing, but it looks like sparkle gold glitter kind of, and it doesn't seem to rub off or anything. These are linen cards, and I was going to show you, where's my sample card? Oh, here. I wanted to show you these are smaller than the usual tarot card by that much, which I love, actually. I love it's sort of, I don't know, like Fournier or something, some of those style tarot cards. And these are linen, which a lot of people love linen, and I love the backs, how colorful they are. Hello, Alexandra and Hershey and Lady Silver. So, linen cards, beautiful colors on the backs. And I'm going to show you just a quick flip through, if I can, of these images. The major arcana is this sort of beige background, sort of golden beige. The courts are the same, but each of the suits is different. The cups are red. The coins are, I think it's black. And then my lighting is terrible in here. The swords are dark blue, and the wands seem to be kind of a golden beige too. But anyway, the cards are sort of whimsical. It's sort of like a lot of old Marseille decks have these big googly-eyed figures, and this is very modern rendering, but the color palette is so beautiful. Pardon my fumbling around. I need somewhere to set my cards down, because if I set them on the edge of my computer, you're going to hear a noise every time I put a card down. The mic will pick it up. So there we've got the Fool. What I really should be doing, and I might still do a walkthrough of this top down from my phone camera, which will be sharper. But this will give you an idea of the colors. Beautiful color palette in this deck with friendly, sweet images and just really warm and nice. And I mean, it's like all the lights on the tree colors, you know, or all the ornaments on your tree. Oh, and I didn't point out, oh, my camera's not going to pick it up, but there, maybe. Do you see things flashing there? Every card has little gold embellishments on it that twinkle. So it's not just the color on the cards, it's these little gold embellishments too. I mean, it's like tinsel on the tree. I don't know if anybody puts tinsel on the trees anymore, but you know, along with the colored lights. So this is like such a perfect kind of Christmas holiday deck. Just all these wonderful colors. I'm really kind of doing this a disservice with sharing it this way, because this camera and this lighting is not really picking up the amazing color and flashy, glittery quality of this deck. I actually was going to save this live to do later, maybe on into December, but I think this is sort of a limitation on this edition, and I didn't want people to miss out on a chance to order this from Kitten Chops. And so if you Google them, you can see there. And I think it just came out like last week or so. But I don't know what the limitation is. It might be 1,000 decks or something. So you know how that goes in the community. Things go pretty fast. So, and if you really want to see these better, I think there are a couple of high-res walkthroughs or flip-throughs on YouTube that you can have a look at. And there's a little bit you could see. I'm sorry, folks, actually, that this is not showing these to their best advantage, but trust me, this is a stunning deck. And there are also some extra cards. Where are they? I forget what are they? There's 5 extra cards. A couple of them are alternatives to cards in the deck, and then I'm not sure what the others are, but they are all explained in the booklet. And this is a really good booklet. If you've ever been sort of like put off by pip decks, this one is a really interesting explanation of how to read pip cards and to make it easy for you. The only thing I'm not thrilled about it is the orientation of the book. But it's, you can read through this thing in like 20 minutes or half an hour or something. And it's really inventive and really different in the way she describes, approaches to reading pip decks. So I'm not going to read any of this stuff to you, but mostly it has to do with not paying so much attention to assigned definitions or keywords of cards, but viewing them from sort of an open reading viewpoint of what action is taking place in the cards and what the directions are that the characters are facing and so forth. It's really cool. And she has a great reading list at the back of people that she referred to that helped her. So it's like, I will read that. Pip Tarot books I have been learning from, bibliography. Camelia Elias, Read Like the Devil, Marseille Tarot. Enrique Enriquez, Looking at the Marseille Tarology. That's a PDF. Roger J. Horn, Cartomancy and Folk Witchcraft. Alejandro Jodorowsky, The Way of Tarot, The Spiritual Teacher in the Cards. Yoav Bendoff, Tarot, The Open Reading, which I love and I'm currently rereading right now. Tom Benjamin, Tarot on Earth. Caitlin Matthews, Untold Tarot, The Lost Art of Reading Ancient Tarot. Jean-Claude Flournoy, Seeing the World, Tarot Signposts. And Dawn Jackson, The Wise and Subtle Art of Reading Cards. So I think that's a really good reading list and worth checking out. Now I'm probably not going to use the extra cards when I do readings with this. And like I said, I'm sort of jumping the gun a little bit. I could have done this into December, but I wanted to make sure everybody had time to order it before it was sold out, if they wanted to, or if they were gifting for other people, that they'd have time to have it delivered before Christmas. And also, I'm anxious to play with them, so I wanted to shuffle them, and I didn't want to shuffle them before I did a flip through. So there you have it. That's my Pip Speak Tarot from Kitten Chops. and I love this. This is such a treat, and feels like a Christmas wonder. So I'm really thrilled to have this. Now, the last thing I wanted to share, this is going to be a short video today. Last thing I wanted to share is a couple years ago, the Tarot de Maria Celia came out by Leonard Jim Narciso. And at the time, I thought it was nice, but I really wasn't so much into pip decks. I didn't quite know how to read them. And also, I wasn't thrilled with the borders. They have borders on them, and somehow I didn't like the borders on the back. And also, it's a US Games deck, so there's a little copyright on them. So I went ahead and I trimmed all my borders off. Now, I'm not one to encourage nor discourage people from modding their own decks. However, it came out not bad without the borders. The cards are smaller, but for some reason, after doing this, I never used the deck again. Somehow it did something in my mind about modifying that just didn't feel right. It didn't feel true to the creator's intent. So I have them if I want to use them, but I haven't used them. And I thought, I really would like to have that back again to reconsider how they are with the borders, or with everything intact, with me not having fussed over it. And this time around, I'm having a sort of a second honeymoon with it. It's much richer. It's much more joyous for me. I've fallen in love with it. And this would be my mass market recommendation for a stocking stuffer for this year. It's the Tarot de Maria Celia. It comes in a tin, which I love decks in a tin. It's very sturdy, great storage. I love the colors in this deck. These are all sort of the right tones that I love in sort of Christmassy, well, just in general, but it feels Christmassy to me. There's a lot of red and green, but they're not the typical red and green. They're more like kind of a citrusy version. And I also love, I've just pulled out 5 cards here that have stars in the backgrounds, or are they snowflakes? They could be either. I think generally throughout the year, they look like a starlit, star-filled sky. But this time of the year, I like to think of them as snowflakes and snow coming down. So they're just really, they really make me feel, it makes me feel, like it's a warm and cozy deck that is perfect to stuff in a stocking and to bring out and read on or under or near the decorated twinkling tree with the lights, the fire going on in the fireplace. One of my favorite death cards. I love this sort of eyeless skeleton in the snow or the stars. And then this is not snowflakes or stars. It's sort of, but still it's kind of festive stuff going on in the sky. The Tower card. So I love this. I'm like I said, I'm having a second honeymoon with this Tarot de Maria Celia and really enjoying it. So I think these are going to be my 2 decks with heavy usage over the next month. The Pip Speak and the Tarot de Maria Celia. And I highly recommend them both. And yeah, I don't know what else I want to say other than have a great holiday. Enjoy your holidays. And yeah, I don't know. I'll be keeping my eye out there for other people that throw up videos on tarot or something new, but I'll be surprised. I'm so hard to please. I'll be surprised if I see anything between now and Christmas that I fall in love with, because I am the resident card curmudgeon, and I'm very fussy about what I do and don't like in tarot. So I tip my hat to you. Happy holidays, everybody, and hope to see you all soon.